afternoon. And I know everybody loves Andy Reid. You never can knock them. They're out of the game in 5 minutes. They had no interest in playing in a game. I mean, the Broncos had a 7.5-minute drive that lasted 18 plays. The game was 14-0 5 minutes in. Kansas City couldn't wait to get the heck out of town.
Somebody salty. Obviously, Mad Dog not too happy with the Chiefs' effort versus the Broncos in Week 18. Some have questioned if the Chiefs' effort correlates to them not wanting to see the Bengals in the playoffs, but Travis Kelce quick to debunk that theory on his New Heights podcast. Take a listen.
The Chiefs also clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC, resting their starters, or the majority of them, in Week 18. There's some people alleging that it was a purposeful...
I ain't scared of nobody. I wanted them in the playoffs. I want to slay every dragon one by one, like Mortal Kombat. I don't even want this to be like we play the lowest seed. Just give me the best teams. AFC, NFC. Give me all of them.
Who wants to take this one first?
Me.
Okay, are you buying Kelsey's comment?
Totally. They're the reigning 2-time defending Super Bowl champions. They've got 3 titles in the last 4 years. Patrick Mahomes is universally recognized as one of the top 2, if not the top quarterback in the history of the National Football League. And they're supposed to be afraid of Cincinnati or somebody. I think that is utterly ridiculous. I think Travis Kelce is 1,000% right. And I believe that brother when he says, I'm not scared of any damn body. You're damn right I believe him. I got no problems with it.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that Chiefs team would probably rather see the Bengals defense in the postseason than see the Broncos defense in the postseason. I'm completely with you. I don't think they're running from any smoke. I also have never played a down of football in my life, as social media loves to remind me all the time. But how difficult would it be to watch the tape and not identify consistently a team trying to forfeit? Like, that just feels really, really extra and something that was just made up on social media.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, teams don't try to lose. They just don't. Players, I mean, there's guys playing in that game Sunday that are, Carson Wentz was playing to try to revitalize his career. Well, don't take shots at the Giants.
I wanted them to get the number 1 pick.
Well, there are some teams. I'm not saying it's not Kansas City. But I'm telling you right now, like covering basketball for as many years as I've had, I've seen teams like literally in the last week of the season, there's a particular seeding that you want to avoid, and you make sure that so you don't have to worry about falling up against that guy. They did it with the Denver Nuggets last year. I forgot who it was, but you got Dallas, for example. Yeah, go ahead, Lakers. Go ahead and take them.
That's messed
Go home
up.
in 5.
But it feels easier to do that in basketball. You just start missing shots. You start fouling people to high it, right? But it feels like in football, even if you don't want to lose, right? Like maybe you're not trying to win, but you're not actively trying to lose.
Yeah, players will never do it. Coaches will never do it because it's such a week-to-week league. Honestly, my big takeaway is this. Like, the Chiefs are the most disrespected dynasty, at least of my lifetime. They are.
Dan, now
we talk about the Chiefs.
You literally just made up that narrative in your head.
Okay, give me a dynasty that has been more disrespected in our lifetime. I'm not saying ever.
How have they been disrespected? How did you tell me that?
Yeah, how?
Well, okay,
how have they been disrespected?
So this year, what's the narrative around the Kansas City Chiefs this year? Mind you, they were 15-2, really 15-1. And they got dealt with an unbelievable injury rush.
Which is what we pointed out.
No. What's been the narrative around the Chiefs
They had
this
a
year?
lot of close wins. We were concerned about that.
But
because of the close,
are they lucky or are they good?
No, that they're good. We always say they're always closing games.
But everyone has said, like, they're lucky. And then go back to last year.
No, we say they get calls.
Which is not true.
Well, that's what's said.
The Chiefs, they get the referees are on their sides.
I'm telling you,
you're right.
that's the narrative.
They're 30-11 in the last 3 regular seasons because the referees. Go back to last year when everyone was like, they're not good. They're vulnerable. Patrick Mahomes can't play anymore. Oh, look at, he gets lucky with how they're playing. Then they go on their Super Bowl run. They're 30-11 in their last 3 seasons. Patrick Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl winner, 2-time MVP. Only Brady and Mahomes Joe Montana have done that. But if you ask people in football, like they're preying on the downfall of Kansas City, and they don't give them the proper respect. They don't.
But that is a function of being the top dog. Like, you don't think people were praying for Tom Brady's demise? You don't think that 31 other teams?
Not this
early. You don't
early.
think that 31 other teams, because he wasn't this good this early. Like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
They won, but it wasn't because of Tom Brady. It was a product of the New England's defense early on.
Well, I'm not talking about strictly in focus point to Patrick. I'm talking about the Chiefs in general.
This to me, Dan, because I'm like with you in that, like this whole year, last year, right? Rumors of their demise greatly exaggerated. They go on to win. There was some warts. There were some warts on that team last year.
Absolutely.
Ultimately did not matter. This year, they looked even worse than last year. They were, of course, decimated by injury. But this is also, to me, just a function of what happens when people want to give analysis and it not be lazy. You literally just gave Stephen A. crap for choosing all of the top teams on his 5 list. Do you know how many times we get crap when we choose the Chiefs preseason to win the Super Bowl? Great analysis, really hard hitting. Thanks for that. So glad I could get that from you. I don't think they're disrespected. I just think that it is part of a larger conversation about
She
apathy.
just smoked you.
It's a larger
She just
conversation.
smoked you.
It's a larger
Yes, she did.
conversation about
With what?
apathy. About apathy.
there's two separate things.
Sports wide, and that whenever someone is consistently winning, we are looking for reasons to pull and pick and nitpick them apart.
Well, that's
It's
the
not
job.
disrespect.
That's
but
the
it's not
job.
disrespect.
People-
Nobody disrespects the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is the Undertaker. That man is amazing.
You
What
don't
they've
have the
been
same
able to do is
conversations that I
incredible.
have then. You don't think that
Who
they...
are you talking with that are
Can
disrespecting the Chiefs?
Can I say one thing? People wanting to see the Chiefs lose and the Chiefs being disrespected are two entirely different things.
I agree. I agree with that. I mean, I have a son who can't stand Patrick Mahomes just because he beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Right,
Yeah.
because he's
So
a winner.
I understand that, like, once you get to the top of the mountain, people want to see somebody else get there.
It's not
Who
disrespect.
are these people? Like who? Like can we put,
There's
can we
tons-
put names on them? Are they like
What
people
is-
from your NFL Live crew? Are they people at ESPN? Like who's hating on these? Because I haven't
Somebody
heard
needed the
anyone
supermarket.
Oh, there are...
at Whole Foods in
Are you guys
Fairfield
good?
County.
Are you guys good?
No.
There's tons of people who sit there and say the
Oh,
Chiefs-
I need a name. Tons.
You guys want me to give you literal
I don't care if
names?
it's Fred.
I mean, this is
I don't care if
ridiculous,
it's
Molly.
Fred from the carpool
I'm not
line.
asking for ridiculous
I need a
specific
name.
names. You just know
Do people-
they're not being disrespected.
Oh, well-
They're not being disrespected.
You don't have
Why?
one
Maybe
name.
disliked.
Okay.
Maybe disliked, but not disrespected.
We were doing a segment at the beginning of this show, and someone at this desk said that X team would have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs if not for what?
A blocked field goal. That's a literal fact. What are you talking about?
But you said a blocked field goal, and your reference is like the luck of it, the luck of blocking a field goal. And I have stated
What's wrong with having some luck?
that wasn't luck. It was a coached play.
Listen, fine. I didn't allude to anything. If I was going to say it came down to luck, I would have said it came down to luck. It came down to the fact that someone missed their assignment and decided not to block.
So
okay?
but
so that's not luck. What I'm saying though, Dan, is that saying that somebody has some lucky breaks is not disrespect. Every championship run has some lucky breaks. How often do you watch any game and watch something magnificent happen and go, this team's going to win?
Yeah, the
because
ball's
that
gotta
never
bounce your
happened.
way. It's a
exactly.
oblong
There's
shaped
always
ball.
some luck.
It's
an
There's
oblong
injury
shaped
luck.
ball.
There's
I
injury
don't
luck
think
involved.
anybody's
There's
saying-
always
You don't think
luck.
people-
The
you
Chiefs
don't
are a
think-
dynasty because they're lucky.
Absolutely,
They're saying,
people say
oh,
that.
No, they don't.
And they absolutely say it's because the officials.
Patrick Mahomes and
Who?
Andy Reid.
They
And
absolutely
no one was better
say.
than Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. That's
Okay,
what
so-
they're saying.
Dan,
Go
who
back
said
to-
the Chiefs have won 3 of 5 Super Bowls purely off luck?
No, not purely.
People
No
can't
one
say that.
Go back to the Eagles
I
Super
still
Bowl.
don't have one name.
Go back to the Eagles Super Bowl and the
Yeah.
flag that was thrown on Bradbury. You don't
All right,
think
we have
there's
to go.
so.
This was.
For,
Oh my God! It's literally my job. Like I literally have to take us to commercial break. It's not personal. It's business.
People nitpicking is not the same thing as people
Still ahead.
disrespecting.
Which head
If you're
coach
nitpicking,
it is
opening
about
is
him.
the most appealing? Major disagreement on which job should be on all candidates' wish lists. Stay with us.
yourself. Be ready. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.